Hey guys, it's Wednesdays with Chasey Poo. Just thought I'd show you a different view of my room or whatever and use my other camera for today's video. And today we are talking about, did I even say it's Wednesdays with Chasey Poo? I feel like I'm all over the fucking place today. Anyways, today we're talking about misconceptions of what trans people are and what trans people do. So I think that this is, I don't know. Sometimes I look at these topics, I'm like, these are some really interesting topics, and I wish that I had more to say on a lot of them, but I think that the biggest misconception that I want to talk about is that trans people are either gay or they're all straight. And I mean that in a way that before you transition, you are a lesbian, and then you transition and you're a straight man. And then there's also the misconception that goes along with that where you're a straight man, and I'm doing this in quotation, and then you turn gay and now you're only attracted to men. So you went from a lesbian to a gay man because you transitioned. Well, it really doesn't work like that, so that's what I want to talk about a little bit, because I know a lot of trans guys who were actually in straight relationships before they came out. So they identified as female and they were dating a man. Now, and then when they transitioned, a lot of people expect them to either now be attracted to women, or they say things like, why did you transition? Like, what's the point in transition if you're just gonna like men? You could have just stayed a girl and made it easier on you and made it easier on everyone else. Well, that's really not how it works, obviously, because there are a lot of trans guys who are still attracted to men after they transition because they were attracted to men before, and that's a thing that happens and that's normal. And the misconception is very hurtful for this community because it like lets people know in the community and makes people feel like their identities are not valid. So one, some people are maybe not going to want to transition because they feel like they cannot be a gay man, and I'm saying gay man like this in quotations because they feel like they can't be this man and be interested in men because either cis men or trans men or whatever are not going to accept them as men, or they're going to feel invalidated by this community and have to hide that they're into men, and maybe you kind of have to go to women. And I know that sounds super dramatic and you're like, that never happens. It does happen, and unfortunately maybe it happened before. Now that more people now are super open about their sexuality and it's whatever, it doesn't happen that often. But the people that I grew up with in transition, a lot of them had a lot of issues, and honestly the experience that I had, I identified as a lesbian before, but I did have some feelings for men, which I definitely repressed, because once you're a lesbian you can't go back. You can't say, oh, I think I'm attracted to men, because then everyone's gonna think that it was a phase. So I kind of hid those feelings and was like, no, women only. I want women only. I want the titty. Like, that's, I don't know, that was my mindset. And then I realized I was trans, and then I transitioned, and I was like, oh, I like women, but I still only like lesbian women, and that was really confusing for me. And then certain things happened, and I became way more comfortable with my body, and by becoming more comfortable with my body, guess what happened? I was like, wow, okay, I think I'm allowed to actually say that I am attracted to men. And I feel like I was really brave to say that because I did not know any other gay FTMs or bisexual FTM guys who were like dating or having sex with other guys. It was like, there was one blog, I think that was called Trans Queers or something, where they talked about having sex with cis guys, and I was like reading that blog like every night, reading the same stories over and over again just to like get a taste of their life and what it would be like, I guess. And after I slept with a couple of cis guys, I was like, okay, well, I guess like maybe I was just having sex with cis guys to like get over the fact that I never did that when I was younger, maybe? I mean, I have no idea. I can't tell you that answer, right? But I can tell you that transitioning made me more comfortable, and I think that that's what the misconception is that you either turn gay or you can't transition because you're gay. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm here to tell you that for almost every single person that I know that identified as a lesbian and is now more attracted to men, or is attracted to men equally as they are attracted to women like I am, me, it's more on different levels though. I'm not very attracted to men emotionally, and that makes me sound like an asshole, but whatever. I'm more attracted to women emotionally and physically, and men it's more of a physical thing. Maybe it's because I feel like I can't have an emotional connection with men as I would with women, maybe, or I have way more experiences with women than, I don't know, okay. But I don't even remember what my train of thought was. Point of this is that, yes, most people that I know who are now attracted to men as well as women, and they never identified as that before, it's because they found themselves to be more comfortable in their own body and their own identity, and they also found people online who talked openly about this stuff like I do, and other people on Transtastic and other people on YouTube that say like, hey, like, I am a gay FTM, and they're like, oh, you can be gay FTM? Oh, and it's like super interesting, and then blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that was like a long story short, but that's all that I wanted to kind of like swoop in there so that you guys know that that's when I think about the misconceptions of the trans community, within the trans community, that's probably the biggest one that I have. And also, like, obviously outside people look at the trans community and like, you can't be gay, why did you transition? You could have just stayed a girl, made it easier since you're gonna like men anyways. Well, there's a difference between dating straight guys and dating gay guys. Probably, right? I don't know, that's problematic, whatever. Love you guys so much, I'll see you next week, bye.